It is Mervyn Hanley once again with THG News Today. Good morning. Thank God it's Friday, September 22nd. The news today, of course, is brought to you with the kind compliments of Colin Suns on St. Maarten. Let's hear from Colin Suns and we'll be right back with news in detail. Colin Suns have been serving the people of St. Maarten for over 40 years. And the food and service get better and better. From early morning, customers flock to the bakery for their favorite sandwiches, cakes, pastries, you name it. First thing at mornings and last thing at afternoons, folks rush to Colin Suns for simply the best. There are two locations, Colbay and on the Punfill. In Colbay, the opening hours are Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. On Saturdays, 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. And on Sundays, 6:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. and 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Opening hours on the Punfill, Monday to Friday, 6:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, 6:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. We also cater for weddings, parties, special events, whatever the occasion. It's Colin Suns. Our staff, we are always happy to serve you. Call us today, the Colbay location, 721-544-2462. That's 721-544-2462. Or in Phillipsburg, 721-543-1059. That's 721-543-1059. It's Colin Suns Bakery. We are here to serve you. We begin the news today out of the British Virgin Islands. The Honorable Myron Walwyn has shed light on the plight of some residents who he says have been forced to live in their cars while refugees in the Virgin Islands have been accommodated in hotels at the taxpayers' expense. This is a stark reality of what is happening in the BVI. People are homeless, Walwyn emphasized during his address to lawmakers in the House of Assembly this week. According to the BVI News, Walwyn highlighted a growing phenomenon in his district where individuals are resorting to living out of their cars. I had a lady the other day come to me and she put it good. She put it to me properly. She said to me, Myron, I am losing my apartment, but people who are refugees coming in could afford to go to a hotel and stay down there. The government could pay for them and feed them, and I have nowhere, he recounted. Walwyn noted that lawmakers have been inundated with pleas from residents who are struggling to pay their rent. He argued that this issue is linked to the state of the economy and the escalating insurance premiums. According to Walwyn, when insurance companies increase their rates, the burden is ultimately shifted to the homeowners and subsequently to tenants, who suddenly find themselves in precarious situations without any corresponding improvements in their living conditions. In light of these stark realities, Walwyn stressed that the territory faces urgent challenges, with housing being a top priority. He urged lawmakers to take concerted action to ensure the availability of affordable housing for both the young and the elderly in the country. Caribbean countries at risk of natural disasters are to benefit from a US $25 million affordable insurance scheme established by the UK. The aim is to protect essential water and sanitation services. The Caribbean Water Utility Insurance Collective, CWUIC, has been launched with UK support. It will provide rapid payouts to repair services damaged by disasters such as hurricanes and floods, a release said. Early action to restore access to safe drinking water can help prevent spread of diseases. All Caribbean water and sanitation utilities are encouraged to join and will benefit from insurance at substantially below commercial prices and investments to build resilience to disasters. UK grants will also enable utilities in Belize, Jamaica, Haiti, Dominican Republic, Guyana, and Suriname to buy the insurance they need. With the risk of extreme weather increasing due to climate change, disaster risk finance schemes such as the CWUIC can reduce costs for the most vulnerable countries and enable faster recovery. The investment is part of the UK's wider commitment to supporting the Caribbean in disaster resilience. The flagship $430 million UK Caribbean Infrastructure Fund is also supporting the development of critical infrastructure, including bridges, renewable energy, ports, water, and sea defenses. UK Minister for the Americas and the Caribbean, David Rotley said, "The people of the Caribbean are on the front line of natural disasters, which are increasing in frequency due to climate change. This first-of-its-kind scheme will enable Caribbean countries to maintain essential services in the face of storms and floods, while greatly reducing the financial burden on individual governments. The UK is determined to play its part in helping small island developing states build resilience to extreme weather events with access to fairer and reliable funding. This investment into CWUIC is part of the UK's contribution to the G7 V20 Global Shield Against Climate Risk that was launched at COP27. The CWUIC will be co-funded by the Inter-American Development Bank, the Caribbean Development Bank, and the Coca-Cola Foundation. It is hoped the scheme will soon expand to provide insurance to cover droughts and other hazards." News out of Jamaica. An employee of the Integrity Commission was earlier yesterday shot and injured in the agency's car park in New Kingston. According to Loop News Jamaica, the individual was shot and a briefcase in his possession allegedly taken. The Honorable Prime Minister Andrew Holness has strongly condemned the appalling act of violence against a director of Integrity Commission. Describing it as shocking incident, Holness said a director of the Integrity Commission was shot and injured in the car park of the agency's offices in New Kingston, St. Andrew. The Prime Minister said the government is deeply concerned about the incident and said its thoughts and prayers are with the injured director and their family at this time, pointing out that the Integrity Commission plays a crucial role in upholding the principles of transparency, accountability, and integrity within Jamaica. Any act of violence directed at any individual serving in such critical roles is an affront to the values that our democracy stands for. He said, too, that the government has full confidence in the law enforcement agency's ability to swiftly investigate this matter and bring those responsible to justice. We urge the public to cooperate with the authorities in their efforts to ensure a thorough and a transparent investigation, Holness said. And news out of St. Kitts, the police have arrested and charged 21-year-old Danny Blake and 22-year-old Elvis Blake, both of New Pond Site, St. Kitts, for the murder of Kevon Smithen of New Road. The offence was committed on September the 11th, 2023, at a gas station in Bastille. Both men were charged on September 18th at the Bastille police station. The Royal St. Christopher Nevis Police Force extends profound gratitude to the general public for their assistance in this matter. They continue to encourage persons with information about other matters of interest to call the nearest police station or the Crime Stoppers hotline 707. And finally, in our news this morning, the St. Maarten Police Force is deeply concerned about a series of armed robberies that have occurred throughout the past month in various locations. Several of these armed robberies have occurred in the vicinity of the Coal Bay area, primarily targeting individuals leaving casinos in the area. Additionally, there have been reports of armed robberies committed by suspects on scooters as well as on foot, targeting restaurants and supermarkets. In response to these incidents, the St. Maarten Police Force has intensified its efforts to prevent further occurrences and apprehend those responsible. They are actively working on strategies to increase public safety and restore a sense of security within the community. And that's it for THG News Today for Friday, 22nd September. The news this morning was brought to you the kind compliments of Colin Suns on St. Maarten. We'll be back on Monday for a similar presentation. Do have yourselves a safe, restful, and blessed weekend. I am Mervyn Henley, wishing you a good day.